So I wanted to show you a Adobe Express tutorial. So here I am in express.adobe.com, and sometimes it switches over to put the word new in front. So as you can see in the top left, Adobe Express Beta. And so first thing is, I'm in the home. It has recommended, so you have social media. If you were to click on that, you get different social media sizes that you can create from. If you click on video sizes for social, photo, you'll notice that there's different kinds of stylizations for photo, but then there's also quick actions now. So you have the Adobe Firefly integration where you can do text to image, text effects, and then of course there's other quick actions like remove background, resize image. There's also documentation, so flyers, menus, resumes, brochures, invoices, newsletters, reports, quite nice. Marketing, which I was going to say is pretty similar to the document tab, but you can also do direct like posters, flyers, invitations, cards, business cards. And if you go to the generative AI area, then it showcases that text to image and the text effects. So I could go back to recommended or social media. I tend to like the Instagram square post. As I click my cursor, you can see when I hover, it says it's 1080 by 1080 pixels. So maybe I'll browse a template. And then here's the templates on the left. Thousands more templates are coming soon. Hang tight. But I didn't even search, and it says 6,249 results. So pretty extensive options. Pretty much want to add my own image. So I'm just looking for type that I like. It's kind of interesting. So I'll click on this one. So the minute you click on something, it's selected. And then once selected, I can easily just hit the delete key. Goes away. Goes away. Goes away. I might keep the circle. I don't know if I need all this, but I'm going to keep the text and change it to my own. But and then over here on the right, you can see is the layers panel. When I click on it, I guess it's putting even the stars on their own their own layer. Then you have the headliner text, the day 01, and then the circle. So easy access. So if I wanted to click on the circle in the layers panel, it immediately selects it. Okay, so I'm not really focused too much on the text right now. I just want to get an image. So go to media, and let's see. I don't want to upload from device. So I do want to do text to image, and there it is right there. So just click on text to image. I'll say square. And then you can describe what you want. So let's see. Lately I've been obsessed with spiraling universes. So spiraling universe with glowing orbs. How's that sound? Okay, hit generate. So you type it in there. You say what kind of content type here. It's going to right there. Oh, I like that from the get-go. And then you'll see over here on the bottom left, you have results. So you have a sequence of 4. So that's the first one. So I click off, click back on, and I'm going to say set as page background. And then if I click on back to text to image on the left, I can then also cycle through my results. They're all pretty fun. That one kind of goes well with the circle. So let's see, that one or that one. Both kind of fun. So I'm going to grab this circle. I'm just going to kind of expand it, make it fit. And then I just double click on the text box up top to select. And then just call it the universe. And then I click off, go to the bounding box, and then I can bring it in. As I bring it up, if I click the word dynamic, it will recontextualize it for me and made it larger. So then what I tend to do is I just tend to just see what it does when I move it around. Yep. So I'm going to go here. That's a little bit small. So then I just grab it, drag it on each side to make it bigger. The universe. The universe is always new, always recreating itself. Okay. And then for changes of design, I'm going to do triple click to select. And then this is where I have options for the text on the left. So they have different kind of text options here from the get-go. Tells you what the font is over here. So if I were to click here, I would then get a different range of different styles of fonts. I'm kind of fine with the font that it is now. And then there is the different, left align, middle align alignment over here. Then you can add bullets and then text spacing, which I'm fine with. Then the fill color, so click on that, and then there's some suggested or recommended colors, but I can always just go to custom, and then I can decide what color I want it to be. Maybe I got a light blue, and it changes there. And then to make it pop, so it pops over some of the other graphics, I can just give it a simple shadow. So it defaults to black, but I can just click on that color bar, go to custom, click custom, maybe we'll get a little bit of color. Yeah, see, so it kind of complements the rest of the design. And then I like that. So since I like that, I can just go over here, and I've copied the hexadecimal color. So now I can go back to here. I can say shadow, color, custom, and then just paste, hit return, and now it has that same kind of purple. Let's see. I'm curious to take a graphic and see what I can do with it. So it's just a circle here. Selected. I go to animation. I see looping. Yeah, that's perfect. So yeah, so I can say pulse, and then you can choose the speed. So there's a slow kind of pulse, and then all the way up to 93 faster, maybe a little dizzifying for some people. So bring it down to 57, maybe 76. Yeah, that's cool. Universe is always new. Personality, it says here. So smooth. If I do soft, comes in that way. If I do smooth, that's what we had before. Turn that off. And then if we go to strong, it's just kind of a bit more dramatic. Energetic. I don't see how they're that different. Loud. It's a little bit more exaggerated. So smooth, I think, is fine. And then the intensity, the higher I go, the bigger the expanse. So maybe make it like that. I like it breaking out of its own boundary. So that's kind of good. So maybe I'll bring the speed down a little bit and have that. Cool. So yeah, that's fun little animation. And then here's your timeline, time frame down here. So you can click the play button to preview. Well, before I do that, let's go back. So I bring this, pause, bring this back to the front. Let me click on, I can shift click some of these star elements. But then it doesn't let me do animation. So you'd have to do animation per star. That's jitter, spin, wiggle, yo-yo. Bob seems most appropriate. Flicker. So maybe bob. And then the speed. 76. Intensity. Maybe in between. 44 and 76. So all I do is click on the other one. Just click animation in. Or not in. It was looping. So go to Bob. And go to 76 and 44. So let's just do a little test here. Yeah, so I like that so far, 76, 44. So I bring this back to the front. Click over here. And say looping, Bob. 76 and 44. And let's hit play. Pretty cool, huh? Not bad for just a few minutes of design. So what I always do is just make sure I bring it back to the front, and then I go up to download on the right. Click download. It defaults to MP4, best for videos. And then for source size, I know that my image was 1080. So it should default to the same thing, but I always choose 1080 if it's a 1080 image. 4K, I might choose if it's a video that I brought in and then did a animation with it. So 1080 it is, and then I just hit download, hang tight. Pretty fast though, 20% already. %, 100%, and there it downloads. So it says untitled. So just a reminder, in the top left, it's untitled, today's date. So you want to select that and just give it a descriptive title. The universe, say animation or video. Hit enter or return. Then when you go to the download top right, click download and choose your source size, hit download, then it'll be more appropriate titled to what the theme was. Pretty fast, so 20%, 43%, then 90, then 100, and there it is downloaded. Great. So then if I go back to the beta and then I click on your stuff, you'll then see any projects you've been working on. So that's nice. So just go back to home, and so I might say start from your content. I have some images already, so I might open up some of my digital art, photo montage, say create new, Instagram square post once again. So it comes in this little icon here, means it's saving to the cloud, and then when it's selected, I just go over here on the left to set as page background. Click on that. It takes over the full size. And then I can just add text. Let's see. What shall I say? Just maybe digital art. Okay, so I type it in first, then I go back in and maybe make it dynamic and then bring it down. It's a little thin. So I look over here in the fonts, click down, and then it has suggested some recent fonts I used, which I like more bold. And then if I go over theme, now that's pretty cool. So all I did was go up to theme at the top left, and it gives me a whole series of different kind of color themes that I can choose from. So as an example, if I click on that, it gives that brown, select it, and then I can click here, and then there's the page theme, so it has all the different kind of color variations. Still not the most readable, so I'm just going to go to custom, maybe make something that's a bit more in the color palette of my design. So bring that over to light, and then I'm going to give it a drop shadow. But instead of black, maybe I'll give it something that has a little bit more oomph to it. So maybe a purple. The style is a little much. So if you click here, you have different styles. So there's classic, which is kind of a bit blurred. Smooth, which is kind of in between. Lift, glow, halo. Kind of like smooth. I also go to custom. So once I hit custom for the shadow, you'll see that once again you can change the color. Then there's blur, angle, and distance. So for the blur, I can make it more sharper, or I can make it more blurry, which gives it that soft glow look. So maybe I'm just going to bring it a little bit down. Maybe like a 7. Yep. I think the angle is fine. The distance, maybe bring it down to like 4. Yep. Pretty cool. And then once again, once you've done you have text effects, would be if I wanted to add texture to that, which at the moment I don't want to do that. But I've already added shadows, so you can see that that's highlighted with color. I can add a shape, and then I'm going to do animation. So this time I like it to come in from the left, so I say drift, and then the duration, maybe 3 seconds. So say you made the duration 3 seconds, but the image is extended for, let's see, 5 seconds. All you do is grab the end. You see the double line here. Grab the end, and then you can pull it in to like 3.1 seconds is what I like. And then I hit here for the preview, so I can see how it comes in. So I like that. So I want to add multiple pages. So all I do is first is I click here. It's highlighted, so I do a Command C to copy. Let me just make sure I'm there. Command C. Then I go to Add Scene. I don't know why it added this background, but I'm going to go to Media on the left. Choose Media. Say Upload from Device. Go back here. So I'm going to add this image. Click on it and just go to Set as Page Background. Boom. There it is. You can see it. Knowing that I want this to be similar to the first page, I go to the end of that second scene. I click on it and I drag it until it says 3.1 second. There we go, 3.1 second. And then I bring the pulley, I don't know what you call it, to the beginning of that. And I'm just going to do a paste. So I'm pasting that. And then I'm going to hit the play button. So I like the colors and I like how it works with the image, but I want to have a little bit more fun with the animation. So I bring it back to the beginning of that scene. Now, even though it technically is not in the image yet, it's about to approach the image, you can still click on it and then you get that preview. And then when you go down to animation, as you hover over the first one, there's a delete trash can icon. So I can delete that. And then I can say, instead of drift, and it gives you a preview as you hover, I can try drop, fade, flicker, grow. So maybe I'll do grow. Once I do grow, I can set the duration. So maybe, 2.5 seconds. It's a bit more fluid, graceful. And it's set to soft, but let me see what it looks like as smooth. I like smooth better. Yep. So therefore, I can just say add scene. Once again, not sure why it's defaulting to that color. Maybe that's one of the original colors I chose for the color themes. But I can go up to background color up here, even though it doesn't matter because I'm going to fill it. But background color, I can just make it white. Okay. So upload from device. I go back to that same folder. I want to keep things balanced. So the last image was very bluish. So I'm going to go to this image, the cave, one of my digital art pieces I did. I just click on it, go over to the left, set as page background, click, boom. And then I know that I want to make this 3 seconds. So I just go to the end of that scene and I just pull it into 3.1, bring the kind of timeline lever to the beginning of that, and I do a paste, and then I want that to be different. So first one was a fade in, then that was a grow. So let's see, animation, I hover over, hit the delete key, hit in. It's a little much. Tumble, spin, slide, pop, rise. Rise is kind of cool. So hit rise. Just make the duration 2.69. That's soft. Let me try it. If I set it to smooth. Yeah, smooth I like, yeah. And you can change the direction as you can see here. So instead of coming up from the bottom, I could have it coming from the right side, kind of middle top, or coming from the left, which I've already done. So I'm either going to go from the bottom or from the right side. Maybe I'll have it come from the right side. And then I have one more image, so all I do is hit add scene. Now it is defaulting to the white background. I just say upload from device on the left, choose one of my digital art pieces. Once it's up, I just go over to the left, set as page background. There it is. Go to the end of the scene and drag it in so it's 3.1 seconds. Drag the lever to the original frame beginning and just do a Command V, paste that text again, where all I need to do is then on the left under text, go down to animation, click, and then I don't want drift, so I'm going to hit the delete button. And then maybe I'll try something else just for the sake of this. So we have under looping. Now, is that perfect or what? So if I choose Bob under looping, then it has that kind of watery feel, which is perfect for this. So for speed, maybe a little bit faster. Intensity, I don't want it too intense. So that's at like a 5 intensity, as you can see here. But just for the sake of the lesson, bring it up to 90, and there it's like crazy. That's 54, 27, 11. Maybe like a 4 or 5. Nah, maybe a little bit. Yeah, 14. Okay. So at that point, I've done the 4 different kind of slides or sections. So all I do is I press the play button and I get a preview. So sliding in from the left, growing from the bottom, coming in from the right, and then kind of bobbing up and down underwater. I like that. So all I do is go up to the download button, and I'm just kind of superstitious, so I always just kind of bring it back to the original just to make sure. And then I go to download, click the download button, defaults to MP4. There, you can do static images, so be PNG, JPEG, PDF, but I do want the animations, so MP4 best for videos. Keep that. And then video resolution, source size, which should be correct, but just for the sake of it being truly correct, I choose 1080. And then I learned that I didn't title it again. I have a habit of not titling. So top left is where you choose untitled, And then I'll just say digital art by me. Hit enter return. So it says renamed, tells you that I renamed it. Then I just go up to download, click, same thing again, MP4, best for videos, source size, I will make 1080, then I hit download. So that's simple. And hang tight, should be download. So yeah, jump to 30, then 48, 65, 82, and then 90, then 100. And then it's downloaded, then you can upload it to your social. There's also a scheduler here in Adobe Express Beta, but I'm just focusing on creating right now. So I hope that was helpful. Really loving the Express Beta, which you can get at express.adobe.com. Have fun, everybody.